Team Philippines all in on Perez with that Bruno. While Team Malaysia very similar to game number 1. Folks, that Bruno, responsible for possibly the only savage out of the women's MLBB broadcasts.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 of the gold medal match. Malaysia going up against Team Philippines. And based on the draft, it looks like this will be an all-out brawl.
And Team Philippines already starting it up, sending Vivero to check in on the purple buff take for Team Malaysia. Fortunately, Alia and Haris were there. They were able to stop the Khalid from jumping in. All this while, expect a dead lane in the EXP. But in gold, though, the Bruno, I think it still outranges the CC.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I really feel like, but that's still a skill matchup. Here, Amoris on that Eve should have a big advantage, but still, Afrina able to secure that little Wanderer. Rivero has to be careful. Aliyah is there trying to fight back, but Amoris on this Eve always has the range advantage against that Kimi. So as aggressive as Anis wants to be, still got to be careful. This Eve is deadly.
Whoa! In comes Aliyah. Amoris wailing away. Hanis firing off. Rivero deals a little bit of damage, jumping in with the Sandwalker. Team Philippines not taking this line down.
Yep. Even though it looks like Arya went a little bit too aggressive there, but the idea is to make it a fair 1v1 in both side lanes. She traded her HP just to make sure that Amoris cannot rotate. So Team Malaysia just wants this laning phase to be just a little bit longer. You know, make sure that Farisha has a lot of free time.
Keep it fair, because between Aliyah and, of course, all the members of Team Malaysia, they're always chasing Team Philippines. Alpuerto rotates faster. Vivero rotates faster. First turtle spawning in the upper quarter. See how Team Philippines, or lower quarter rather, has no commitment. Like, they can keep moving around. Turtle already at half health. Afrina at half health as well. Look at the stacks put on by Diagon. Farisha coming in, massive bravest fighter, forcing a quick sand guard. Amoris swiping away with that real-world manipulation. Vivero first to fall. Diagon and Alpuerto in trouble. Down goes Aliyah. 1-for-1.
Yeah, and this is all for the roamers. So it was actually good by Team Philippines. I could have thought that they would have won that fight, but a clutch traction pulse from Anis prevented more deaths there. So only Aliyah got taken down, but still good on both teams just to delay that turtle a little bit.
Yep. 40 seconds elapsed since it spawned, so that means they fought very, very early and they both took heavy casualties. But now we're back to it. Team Philippines looking to blitz it. Jumps in with a flicker, rampaging Sandstorm. Afrina still secures. Farisha very low. Alpuerto finishes the job. Aliyah, look at the back line. Jumping on through. Hani still just dealing damage. Very reliable. Diagon with a Consecrator and the Ionic Edge. Takes down one. Alpuerto very low. Puissance helps her survive. A 2-for-2 trade.
And that's why the Boxia is a natural counter towards the Kimi, because here in the early game, while the Kimi still does not have that Demon Hunt sword, will not be able to chunk down the Boxia with the passive. So good on Team Philippines having the favorable trade. Right now, 4 kills to 3. A much better early game here compared to game number 1.
Given they did lose the turtle, it's still something that Team Philippines can hold out for, because if the gold lane is quiet, that means Perez is getting farmed. And if Perez is getting farmed, they can win in the mid-game power spike. Farisha tries to get away, has 3 members of Team Philippines on her. They get the kill.
Yep. And this is a big win for Team Philippines. Not only do they get a kill onto Farisha, get a killing spree on Diagon, but they even got to deny that EXP card. So Farisha is going to be down in EXP for quite a bit. Look at this. Farisha is level 5. Diagon is level 7. So that's a massive win for Team Philippines. Now it's on Team Malaysia to help out Farisha a little bit. Try to get her back on track, at least the same level as Diagon.
This is the same Farisha that was the MVP of game number 1 prior on an Arlot, now on a Lapu-Lapu that's constantly getting bullied. Now we understand why Team Philippines decided to commit so soon on the Uranus. This is the game plan all along. Their MO, have Diagon bully Farisha and win that half of the map so that Perez can continue doing what she's doing here. Winning the lane, farming up. We'd like to check the items in just a bit. But first, the turtle. Lower quarter, once again, same spot.
Speaking of, looks like this is going to be a damaged Cho by Aaliyah here. She's going to be absorbing the gold lane minions. Afrina as well as Queenie is here in the fray. Looks like Farisha just want to get just a little bit more farm. But once she's there, I think the main target should be Amoris. If Amoris gets taken down early by Farisha, that should be the goal for Team Malaysia to just keep on going on.
Turtle very low, gets a soft reset here. A quick rampaging sandstorm coming through, plus a rule manipulation. Too much damage being sent in by Farisha. Forces back the members of Team Philippines underneath their tier 1 in mid. That's a win for Team Malaysia.
Yeah, Farisha was very aggressive, traded a lot of HP, but able to push back Team Philippines. But now they're back here. Al Puerto this time gets the turtle. Afrina unable to secure it.
1 for 1 now. A turtle apiece. Team Philippines keeping up this 2,000 gold lead. And Diagon, look at how far ahead this Uranus is. Able to bully a Kimi and a Lapu-Lapu. Afrina looking to end the shenanigans that the Uranus has begun down bottom. Off camera, wow. Aaliyah taking down Vivero, who might have crossed the river too far.
Anis now has to be careful. El Puerto is there, has to flicker out. Unfortunately, Farisha used the dash as well, so no one is going to body block for that one. Queenie taking a bit of damage from Perez, and this gold lane is going to be quite interesting because Perez will be switching up, fighting against the Cho as well as the CC. Looking at Cho here, having the Blade of Heptasy, so no wonder can get a kill. Both Morris as well as Perez has to be careful.
Oh, she's looking for Perez. Perez pops that Purify. Might have taken too much damage, and Queenie's going to burst her down. With that vengeance, Amores can't take her down as quickly. Needs the help of Rivera, 1 for 1.
And I think Malaysia is okay with that trade, even though Queenie is the gold laner. But the true win condition is going to be Aaliyah on this Cho. So I think they would take that trade, especially because the one that they did take down is Perez, and Perez is going to be the main damage dealer for Team Philippines. But still, with 2,000 gold lead, Team Philippines does not have to worry just yet.
Did I hear that right? Is this a carry or core from the Rome?
There you go. Yes, it is.
A damaged Cho that is not hiding what it is. Her first fully built item is the Blade of Heptases. And I think she's on her way to what could be a Blade of Despair.
Yep. And I feel like it's a sound idea because throughout all the chaos that Farisha will push through, either Perez or Amores will be all alone. And during all that chaos, it is really on Aaliyah to get that kick, to get that kill. And it's going to be more dangerous during the Lord fight because she's going to be split pushing all the while.
Did you say to get that cake?
Yes.
And that kick.
And that kick.
Turtle started up the final one. Rubber match. A piece. Team Philippines and Team Malaysia have won. Who's going to get the last? Afrina deep inside the pit. El Puerto gets hit by everything thrown at her by Team Malaysia. Vivero looking to protect and trying to reinforce his backline. Real manipulation already used by Amores. Now it's all down to the Turtle. Afrina secures. It may have took too long for Team Philippines to make their move. El Puerto in trouble. That's the Appraiser's Wrath. She's going to go down. Hanis gets the kill.
Yep, and it looks like Hanis gets the shutdown and the double kill. Aaliyah, although I do have to say, fought against Perez. Perez almost took down Aaliyah. Aaliyah was able to get away. And now she goes in, gets onto Perez, just one hit, already dealing quite a lot of damage. So Perez on this Bruno really has to be careful here. And that turtle fight was really on Farisha. Farisha able to push Amores away from the turtle, providing no damage for Team Philippines. Made it so that Team Malaysia was not really in any real trouble the entire time, dealing with the Khalid as well as the Baxia and the Uranus.
Okay, to be fair, the reason why Team Philippines found it hard to engage on Team Malaysia there was they overshot and, how do you say, moved 2 steps forward by sending Perez down to the gold lane or to the opposite lane from where the turtle was. So they went ahead and said, yeah, we want you to focus on the turtle, or rather the turret, because the turtle will use as bait. I think Team Philippines underestimated how bad that could have turned out for them.
And they were basically being a little bit too honest here. So Team Malaysia looks like they want to control this lane, allowing Aaliyah all the way up top. And yes, it is going to be the BOD. So quite a lot of burst damage at 9 minutes here. Vivero has to use her ult just to get away, but Afrina has used the retribution.
So Afrina playing against 3. Traction pulse thrown out by Hanis. And there's the Appraiser's Wrath. Quick Sandguard keeps that front line alive, but just for a little longer. Diagon goes down as well. Perez burning up. She gets on out of there. Real world manipulation used defensively by Amores, plus the Poissons underneath tier 2. The pendulum has swung. Team Malaysia are now up by about 800 gold.
Even though Aliyah does not have the damage just yet to one-shot Perez, but off of that play, now they have full control over the Lord Pit, able to get mid lane, and now Team Malaysia has taken the advantage on their side again. 1,000 up, and now they might get this Lord. Queenie doing a lot of damage onto Alpuerto. Farisha is there, making sure that Morris is nowhere near the pit. Alpuerto gets a kill onto Queenie, so now a bit dangerous here for Team Malaysia. Can Afrina do it? Farisha is there. Lord is low. Alpuerto secures the Lord. Afrina trying to get away, same as Anis as well as Farisha. Afrina,
whoa,
no HP left. Gets taken down by Diagon.
Now Uranus was chasing the Fredrin. Heavyweight track and field match in that little sequence. And now Aliyah trying to go through between 3. Does not. Sweet revenge for Perez as they push through mid. Just when we thought Team Malaysia was in control, almost 1,000 up, suddenly Team Philippines strike back with a vengeance. Look at this. Hanis put down to about 1/5 of her health. Team Philippines takes care of that tier 2 just like that.
Yeah, and looks like the Holy Shield has been used in mid. And the damage coming in from the Cho is strong, but when that Eve still has that shield, it is going to be very difficult to push through. The Lord is charging up top. It looks like we'll be getting that tier 2, no problem. Team Philippines controls the jungle, takes everything away from Afrina. Team Malaysia now, they have to defend against Team Philippines with 2,000 up, and Perez at this point should have a lot of damage.
Diagon catching all this heat from Anis and Afrina. Lord crashes up into that tier 3. And the only Holy Shields left, extra resources for Malaysia's defense is down bottom. Real manipulation. Look at Aliyah trying to find Amores, but bold in her face. There goes Perez throwing it out. And this is dangerous. Down goes Aliyah. Vivero helps with the slow on that jump. And that's a free pickoff for Team Philippines.
Yeah, looks like Aliyah walked into the real world manipulation, so she was stunned up even though she was using the conceal. And now Team Philippines able to get the first inhibitor at mid. Queenie trying to deal enough damage here. Aliyah now does have the endless battle, so gonna have just a little bit more burst damage. Team Philippines able to get 2 inhibitors, so now Team Malaysia, they're in trouble.
Lord spawning in about a minute in the upper quarter. Team Philippines may decide to just freeze and let that Lord spawn. With a 4,000 gold lead, it seems like it's a sound plan. Amores drops that real world manipulation. They want this inhibitor down bottom first. They call it quits. They instead go for the orange.
Yeah, so far, Ani's still having a good game here, 3-0-4. The only problem is Team Malaysia, they cannot overextend because we saw part of the reason why they lost the fight earlier when Alpuerto able to get a kill onto Queenie. And that's the go sign, because Team Malaysia, they got to consider when they do want to go for a fight, you got to look at your own HP. If your own HP is really low, even though, yes, you can heal back up, it's not going to be all that great considering that you are fighting against the box. Yeah, looking at the items here for Queenie, does have 2 damage items with the War Axe as well as the CE Halberd. We've got to look at Perez. Perez is 3 items here. The Hasclaw, the Berserker Fury, and looks like going to go for the Malefic Gun early.
And also has the Wind Talker, Wind of Nature just now. So good luck to Aliyah trying to find her and hunt her down. There's layers of protection. That Wind of Nature and that Purify. Luckily, Hanis is also building up, has not died just yet. A concentrated energy on this Kimmy should help. Rampaging Sandstorm coming in, plus the real world manipulation. Very difficult front line. Down goes Afrina. Farisha comes in, finds the back line, finds Amores, but not dealing enough damage. Double kill for Perez.
Yeah, the damage coming in from Team Philippines is online now with both the Bruno as well as the Eve. This Eve is chunking down the front lines a little bit too much. And the burst damage coming in from the crits. Team Philippines, they're in a commanding position. And as strong as fighters are in the gold lane, now this is the time where marksmen shine.
In comes Perez, dashing on through, throws out that worldie, but Hanis is dealing too much. The flicker back, Perez claims 1. Aliyah in trouble, throws out that traction pulse, and it's just too late. Team Philippines equalizes at 1.